All right, 4 vectors. Here's a 14-point problem, and the previous one, I believe, was a 14-point problem. 4 vectors acting in equilibrium. Determine the magnitude of B. So again, we know that all of these have to add up to 0 because it says equilibrium. Here's a case where we would have to do several triangles if we wanted to work those in steps, so components is going to be much easier. The method we showed you was setting up a table. We have 2 unknown magnitudes, A and B, and we know this one's vertical, so we know all the angles of these vectors, and we know these 2 magnitudes. Alright, so let's set up a table with the vector name. So we'll have our vector A, we'll have vector B, we'll just label these our 2-pound vector and our 10-pound vector. The magnitudes, actually those are the magnitudes, so we'll just, in interest of time, we'll label that magnitudes. Again, A and B are unknowns. Angle, A is to the left, and now's a good time probably to show that we're using a standard coordinate system. So over there, B is going to be 50 degrees off of X. So I'll label that right there. The 2-pound 465 off the negative X, and the 10-pound is straight down. X and Y. Alright, so this is going to be minus A. Magnitude of A in a negative X direction. Y is going to be 0 because it's horizontal. B, unknown B, is positive. The X component is going to the right, and it is that part. And there's our Y component. So it's going to be positive cosine 50. Okay, and this is going to be going up, so it's plus B sine 50. Okay, our 2-pound, getting there. It's going to the left. I'll draw them in real quick. You won't have to do this on a test, but if it helps you, that's good. Minus magnitude cosine 65, the adjacent side to that 65. And it's going up, plus 2 sine 65. 10's easy, 0 in the X, minus 10 in the Y. Remember, all of these 2 columns have to add up to 0. Alright, so now notice that our Y equation right here, not sure why that's so thin, there we go. Our Y equation right there has only one unknown. The A term was 0 because it was horizontal, so that's going to make our math work out a bit easier. We don't have to worry about the X direction. Whoa, come back here. So we'll have 0 plus B sine 50 plus 2 sine 65 minus 10 equals 0. So there's our equation. I'm going to use the solver for this one, even though the algebra is pretty simple. The reason I like using a solver, the equation is already set equal to 0, and I can look at the equation in the calculator and make sure I get everything entered correctly. So whatever you like to do, I like the solver. So I'm going to turn it on. Wake it up again. Alright, math 0 on this calculator gets me right into the solver. I can hit up arrow and clear if I need to clear it out, and I'll just enter it. I won't enter that 0, but I'll enter my variable, call it X, sine 50 plus 2 sine 65 and minus 10. And all that's equal to 0. Enter. With a linear equation like this, it doesn't matter, but I'll enter a guess of 5 here and hit alpha solve. Looks like x is 10.68 or 10.7. So 10.7. The units come from up here. It's going to be pounds. It's reasonable, looks like. Same orders of magnitude as what we had up here. So if I had time, I might come back and double check it. But for right now, I'm going with 10.7 pounds.